Good afternoon, and welcome to the Washington Demons Coaches Show. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, and I'm joined in the studio today with Washington Community School District's Activity Director, Brent Van Welden, and later we'll have Coach Haworth from the cross-country team with us. So excited to talk to her about the success that her team saw this year. Welcome, Brent.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Beautiful day outside.
It's wonderful. The weather has been really nice the last couple of weeks. So that's, I was coming into to the studio here and was listening to one of the shows on the radio, and one of the coaches was saying that it might be the nicest weather the state cross country meet has had like in 40 years. So it's nice that we didn't have to wear our parkas and everything at the state meet this year. So great weather.
It has been nice. I feel like there was like a 10-day spurt where there was like 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it's finally calmed down, and it's beautiful out. So
yeah, that was horrible.
We'll take it.
Yep.
I think the last time I hosted it was really windy. So
well, you got good weather today.
Yeah. So what's going on in the activities department?
First thing I just want to say is the middle school play, for those that haven't heard, it is going to be postponed till I believe November 18. I'm just going to give them a little bit more time to prepare. It's still at the high school in the Waypack Center, so that is still happening. And of course, the high school play is going to be next weekend. So that's always fun for them, and it'll be real neat to see what they come up with. So make sure you get out to see the high school play. Friday and Saturday, that's at 7:30, and then Sunday's a matinee at 2:30. So that all that stuff is going on. We're kind of between sports at the high school right now, but the middle school, they started their 7th grade boys basketball seasons. On Tuesday, they had a game. They played Fort Madison. I believe the 7th grade boys were home and the 8th grade girls were down there. And then tonight, if you don't have anything going on tonight at 4:30 at the middle school gym, is the same thing. The girls are at home against Keokuk, and then the 7th grade boys go down to Keokuk. So that's really our only sports going on right now. Girls wrestling started, and then they're going to be on the show here in the future, but we have 5 girls out for the girls wrestling team this year. It's sanctioned, which means they have their own schedule, and they have their own state tournament sanctioned by the girls athletic union. So it'll be fun. We've been practicing after school, and we're able to go to Mid-Prairie last night to practice, and then we're going to Mid-Prairie tonight. The state allows the girls wrestling programs to have as many scrimmages as possible.
That's awesome.
So since we only have 5 girls, instead of just wrestling each other all year long in practice, we're going to go to Mid-Prairie again tonight. And then I talked to Nick Cole, the head wrestling coach at Highland. They have 6 girls on their team, so we might go over and practice with them next week. So that's all that's going on with athletics. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's great. That was going to be one of my questions. How do you practice with just 5 girls? I mean, that would be pretty tough. So
yeah, well, it is tough. It's even tough, with the boys teams. If you don't have a lot of kids out or a lot of kids at the same weight, it can make practice a little monotonous, I guess, always working out with the same person. So we try and switch it up as much as we can and try and make practice as fun as we can. But, getting hot and sweaty and all that stuff all the time isn't necessarily every person's dream to do day in and day out.
Absolutely. So, do all the conference schools have girl wrestling teams, or what does that look like?
We've all sanctioned it. So the conference has sanctioned girls wrestling. So this year it's going to look a little different. Most of us are going to tournaments. So we have 9 tournaments scheduled. But Fort Madison, for example, has 12 girls out. Wow. So we will duel them or we'll wrestle them at the same time our high school team wrestles them. Okay. And then, I think we probably have the second most, and then the other schools maybe have 2 or 3 each. So not huge numbers, but enough for right now to get it going.
Yeah, awesome. So, well, I don't want to talk too much about girls wrestling because it sounds like that's going to be the topic of one of the upcoming shows.
That's correct.
But speaking about wrestling, so you talked about the middle school basketball started. Mm-hmm. When does wrestling start for middle school?
Good, yeah. So middle school wrestling starts on Monday. We're not sure how many boys we're going to have this year, and if we're going to have any girls, we're not sure at this point. But girls wrestling is sanctioned through 7th grade, so they can wrestle in middle school as well. Middle school wrestling starts Monday. High school bowling starts Monday, as well as girls basketball. So we're going to get all of our high school sports rolling, or the winter sports rolling here real quick. So that'll be fun. It'll, our first home meet event is November 29th. So what are we, about 27 days away? So it'll go fast.
Yeah, it always does. Then talking about, I know I mentioned this right before, but while we're talking about winter sports, so archery is considered a club sport, not a school sport. So how does that kind of work?
Well, so there's only so many sports that the state union sanction. So we have 17 sanctioned sports that Washington has. So archery is not a sport that's sanctioned by either the boys or girls athletic union. So in order to have that, and then we have a club. Now we pay their coaches, or we pay the coaches, just like a basketball coach. And then they have certain events that they go to. They set their own schedule. I believe we have 2 home archery meets this year. They have a big club. I think in the past they've had well over 100 participants. I'm not sure how young they start, but I know they have an elementary, middle school, and high school team. So it's a big deal in our school for sure. Yeah,
I think it starts at 4th grade, and I think, lots of people have been participating in it, and I think, the more activities we can offer the kids, the better. So that's awesome.
It's awesome.
Very cool. All right, well, I think we'll head to commercial break, and then Brent and I will talk about the Southeast Conference and some things going on in the coaching world. And then we'll talk to Coach Haworth a little bit later.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Welcome back to the Washington Demon Coaches Show. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with Activities Director Brent Van Welden. We just got done talking about what sports have started for the winter season at both the middle school and the high school. And we were just talking off air about the SEC and what changes we can expect this season. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Southeast Conference, as many of you know, we have 6 schools. We added Burlington a couple years ago, which has really strengthened the conference, I think. They bring they're a bigger school, but they bring a lot to the conference as far as competition. I know that at the time some people were a little bit concerned that they're so big. In fact, that came up at our meeting yesterday. You guys are a lot bigger than us, so we were actually looking at how big West Des Moines Valley was. We were looking at beds enrollments and whether or not all of our schools combined were actually as large as Valley. We actually are, about by 500 students. But so yeah, one of the big things down the road, not this year, but next year in basketball, I know that some people may or may not be in favor of this, I guess, depending on who you are, but we are going to move all of our conference basketball games back to boy-girl doubleheaders.
Oh, nice.
So in the past few years, if we played Mount Pleasant, boys were at home and then girls were away, and then later in the season they'd flip-flop. But we felt it was probably best for both sports, boys and girls basketball, and for the culture, the environment of the games, that they played on the same site, the same week, the same night, whatever. So all the games, except for maybe a few, will be on Friday nights. All our conference games will be on Friday nights, and boy-girl doubleheaders. So the way we call them six bangers at Washington, where 3 boy level, 3 girls levels all play in the Washington High School on the same night, starting at 4:45, and you have 3 games in the auxiliary gym, 3 games in the main gym. So I think that'll be real exciting. A lot more people, I think, will be able to attend, and the kids won't have to divide up. Some go watch the boys, some stay and watch the girls. So we think that'll help our student section and everything. So it'll be fun for the environment at Washington High School.
Yeah, I think that sounds like an exciting change. And like you said, just the environment and the girls getting to watch the boys play. And if you have a sibling playing, everybody can kind of participate and be there. So that's great.
I think one of the things we're also talking about is not always having the boys game the last game. So, there might be nights where the girls game's the finale. So give them the chance to be the main deal, the last game of the night. So, yeah, it'll be fun. There'll be some changes. But keep in mind, that's not this year. It's next year, the 23-24 basketball season.
Okay,
so.
I'm glad you said that, because I would probably go look at the schedule and be all kinds of confused about what we talked about. So something to look forward to for sure. And then another thing I wanted to talk to you about is coaching needs, or kind of what that looks like for the school district next year for sports.
Yeah, so many people have probably heard that the school is going to offer some early retirement. Some of them are coaches. We don't know who's retiring yet or taking the early retirement package, but already we're seeing some areas where we might need some coaches. So what I'm asking is, anybody out there who wants to be a coach, according to the Iowa High School Athletic Unions, the girls and boys, you have to be a certified coach, which you can get through a coaching authorization. They've made that a lot easier than a few years ago. When COVID came around, it changed a few things. So now you can get that coaching authorization all online. I think Kirkwood offers it all online. There is a cost to it, obviously. But anybody out there who's thinking about, maybe I want to give coaching a try, or maybe there's some people out there that think they're a really good coach. I don't know. But those of you that are in the stands yelling at us all the time, maybe you're the ones who get your coaching authorization. But, it is a lot of fun. I talked to a former student, came in and interviewed me this morning and asked, if you didn't do this, what would you have done? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I've done this all my whole life. I've never really thought about it. So, I've enjoyed coaching for 32 years, and people can, get into the sport at any time and get their authorization. It's a simple process. So, when I went to college, I actually went to college to be a coach. I'm going to be a coach and then I'm going to teach on the side or something like that. But obviously that changed real soon. But you used to have to have an endorsement on your teaching license, and I don't know when that changed. Probably 15 years ago or so now. So I think probably about half of our coaches aren't teachers.
Okay.
So again, anybody out there that wishes to get into the coaching field and help us out. We're always we're always looking for new people and stuff. So if you need any help with that, just give me a call at the high school.
Okay, very good. And if they want to see what positions are open for coaches, what your needs are, is there a time of year you post them, or where can they look to find that?
Yeah, they're posted year round right now. So we probably have 8 or 9 needs already. Some of them are for next year. We're looking for some volleyball coaches for next year, especially at the middle school level. We're actually looking for a freshman baseball coach for this coming summer. We still don't have that filled. Last year we went without a high school baseball coach. We only had 3 and should have had 4. Well, we have 3 right now, and we still need another one. So if anybody out there is looking to be a freshman baseball coach this summer, get your coaching authorization, and we'll hire you.
There you go. All right. So talking about baseball and the need for a 4th baseball coach, there's some things going on with the baseball field fence in correlation with some remodels at the school. What is that?
Yeah.
How's that going to change things?
So
for this
Todd and
summer?
I talked about that a few episodes ago. With the new addition going on at the high school, the baseball right field fence had to be moved, and we were in limbo whether or not we were going to even host home varsity games. And so D&N Fencing, I think is their name, out of western Iowa somewhere, maybe Denison, Iowa. They came in and they actually moved the fence. So right field fence has been moved in. We're in the process of getting the net. So it looks a little strange out there if you're used to seeing right field a lot deeper. It's
shallow deep.
Yeah, it's not clear out there anymore. So we're glad that they were able to come in and get that moved this fall before winter, because I think if they would have waited till spring, it probably would have been too late. So we're happy to have that fence moved and be able to host home baseball games.
Awesome. So maybe more home runs on the right side?
Well, if we get the 25-foot fence up out there, we're going to put a big net out there. So
okay.
It still might go over it, but
You might need to drive me a diagram. I'm not completely following. So.
I will.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else that we need to talk about activity-wise?
No, I think that's good. I think Coach Haworth is probably ready to get on the mic. So
yeah, she looks over there chomping at the bit, ready to get on and talk about their successful cross-country season.
Yeah,
So, all right.
They did awesome.
Well, it's good talking to you, Brent, and we'll be back after a commercial break to talk to Coach Haworth.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Welcome back to the Washington D-Men Coaches Show. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, and I'm joined in the studio with Coach Stefanie Haworth, the cross-country coach at the high school for boys and girls. And they had a successful season, which I'm sure you all know. They've been on the show a couple times, and just here to talk about the state meet, which was last weekend.
Yep, on Saturday.
Seems like a long time ago, but yeah, just a few days ago. So yeah, do you want to tell me about how the meet went and what the weather was like and all the details?
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous on Saturday. I mean, we got there. I mean, we had layers on, but we walked the course and everybody's like, it's so hot, it's so hot. Right. And then got back to our campsite and there were a ton of parents, ton of fans there waiting for us and brought tons of food for us and just a fun atmosphere. You could tell the nerves were starting to hit in a little bit, but
Yeah.
I got them all warmed up, got to the start line, layers were shedding, everybody was in tank top and shorts, and just fun day. I mean, perfect weather. I think it got up to like 65. When they were running, it was probably about 60, so
Yeah.
perfect running weather, but yeah.
That's
great,
awesome.
Great day.
I was talking to somebody at church about the cross country meet who was there, and he said that the showing from Washington was just amazing. And so that's awesome. I mean, especially being that far away from home and having that many people coming and supporting and cheering. I bet that was awesome.
Oh, it was so fun. I think first year, 7 years ago, we took Claire Horrock up there, and we always take a group picture of the fans that come just support us. And
Yeah.
there was like 5 people in the picture. And this year there was like over 100, and we were missing like several.
So
it
you
was
got a
just
group
fun-
picture?
Yeah, we always
Oh,
get
awesome.
fun group pictures. So hey, we always miss people, but it's just nice to have that to look back on.
Yeah,
and to
document
see.
the event. and
Yep,
that's
it's
great.
success, so.
Very cool. All right, let's start with the girls.
Yep, they ran first.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, so we were walking the course, and a couple of them were like, how do you think we can do, like, realistically, team-wise? And I'm like, we're ranked 12th, so anything we do is great. Top 10, definitely goal. And Coach Sale and I already talked, like, 6 is probably best that we can do unless somebody falters. But
Yeah.
we came out, got 6th place, and then individually Iris is like, do you think I can get top 15? I'm like, I do. Like, I truly do. 'Cause
Yeah.
she'd been ranked all season, but fell out of the rankings for some odd reason right before the state meet. And she's like, I feel like I'm just going to run hard today.
That sounds
She went
wonderful.
out and ran hard, and I ended up, she was right there in the 7th, 8th spot, right there with Avery Rump from Fort Madison. Avery's been beating her by a good 30, 45 seconds every meet, and they were side by side at the mile, at the 2 mile, and then about 200 meters to go. She just opened up and, just beat her by 3 seconds.
That's
ran
awesome.
a 19:20, ended up 7th. So returning next year, they lost the top 4 girls, and then the girl who got 5th, 6th, and 7th are all returning. So
Okay.
it'll be a fun season next year.
Yeah.
We're all very, very young, and then the rest of the pack did a great job, finished 6th as a team. It was cool because they have live results that you can scroll through because they have little markers that they run through. And so at the mile mark, I'm like getting my phone up as I'm running back and forth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're in 6th. And then you sprint. We tagged our mileage, and each of us ran a mile and a half during each race, just getting to different points.
Yeah.
And like 2nd mile, we fell back a little bit. We were in 7th as a team. I'm like, hey, it's still fine. That's fine. It's still good. And then we just closed that last 1,000 meters, and it was just a fun day. I didn't have a ton of PRs. Just, it's very overwhelming up there when you're
I'm sure.
running with 130 people who are your caliber of athlete. Like, it's
Yeah.
but yeah, they all went out and performed well, and 6th as a team, best ever in school history. And then Iris getting up on the deck as a freshman, so top 15 medal, and she got 7th. 4th girl ever in school history, best finish ever by a Washington runner. So
That's
just
awesome.
a great day on the girls' side.
Yeah. So was that a PR for Iris then?
Yeah, 26 seconds.
Okay. So do you in that situation, do you like get out the notebook and pen and paper and you're like, what did you have for dinner last night? What did you have for breakfast today? What did you wear? What
Yes.
socks did you wear? Like, let's document this so we can recreate it next
That's
year.
right, because on the way back, we just had a small group. I'm like, so what did you do different this time, Iris? She's like, I just decided I'd run hard. It was my last one. Just the freshman who just,
That's
but yeah,
awesome.
I'm like, oh, you have no idea what you're capable of yet.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun with her.
That's great. And I know with running, it's just a lot of mindset.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
mental. It's so mental. She
Right.
was just so focused, zoned in. She had a goal in mind and went out and did it. So
Yeah.
it was fun.
And you guys go the night before, correct?
Yeah, we left about noon, 12:30 on Friday, so we can get up there, get to our hotel. They have to do a shakeout run, then go out for supper, and then always run to Target, and everybody buys stupid purchases. Then go back, and all the rooms are close together. And I heard the girls in the hall, I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're just out there making TikToks. Like, I look over and one girl's got sunglasses on. You're just having fun, innocent fun. So
Yeah.
they just had a really good time up there.
That's good. Take your mind off things because
Yeah.
that adds a whole nother element too. I mean, when
yeah.
a meet that you spend the night at and you normally don't, so
Yeah.
that kind of changes things too.
Yes.
So awesome. Congratulations. That is really
Thank
awesome.
you.
6th. That is great. And then tell me about the boys. We had Micah and Tyler running for the boys team.
Yep.
And how did that go?
Yeah, it was Micah's second time up there. He's a junior. Finished 36th last year, came out and finished 13th. So great race by him. Not quite his PR, but still the 10th fastest in school history time. So wasn't quite the race that he wanted, but like I had to remind him, like, no boys ever medaled their junior year, the second boy ever to medal in school history. So like, you're fine. You had a great season. Like, it was just a little bit of an off race, and the pack was really tight in front of him, so he couldn't get out and around, but he ran great. So fun to see him buck up on the deck too. With Iris, and then Tyler, his first time up there. It definitely helps when you have somebody in your box that you're familiar with. So having Micah there to warm up with definitely helped. He finished 85th, 17:45-ish. So yeah, I mean, not a PR, but still being up there, that experience. I mean, I expect them both back up there next year to improve on their finishes. It'll be fun.
Great. Yeah, I'm sure being a runner and just being able to look at that time every time, I'm sure it gets in your head and lots of goals and can be stressful, I'm sure, but that's great for them, and it's great to have them back for next season also.
Yes, we have everybody who ran up there will be back next year. So
is everybody just taking the week off, taking a couple weeks off, and just like mentally and physically like repairing their bodies, or are they out running around?
Well, I told them to take nice 2 weeks off, just have some downtime, but I've seen several out running. I was out running yesterday and met several on the street. I'm like, hi.
They're like, we don't know what to do with our time.
Yeah, they don't. So, I mean, it is what it is. I hope they do take some time just to, enjoy being a kid for a little bit. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I hope that you guys are taking time to celebrate. You guys have an upcoming banquet, or what is that going to look like?
On the 14th, we have our banquet. So parents and athletes come, just have some cake and do some awards that we have. And then one really cool thing we started, I don't know, about 7 years ago, plate awards, paper plate awards. So us coaches used to do it. And so we'd be at the state meet, decorate, make an award for each person, whether it's like best socks or like whatever. And we're finally like, seniors, you have to take over. We have too many people on our team. So the seniors just have a lot of fun with it. They all get together and make these awards, and we all have to approve them as coaches. And then, so we know what they're getting, but they all decorate them. In the past, like the senior girls have wrote like nice little things on the back to each person, but just a fun little thing that we do for cross country. So.
Yeah, that's great. And how many total runners did you have for boys and girls this season?
We had 23 boys that ran, 2 managers, and then 19 girls out. So huge teams. I had just enough uniforms on both, so.
That's good.
Yes.
Although, if you had too many, I'm sure you could figure something out. Yeah, for sure. And how many seniors are you losing off of your teams this year?
9, 2 girls, and then 7 boys, I believe. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
very good. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to talk about for your cross country season?
Nope, just a great season. Just thank everybody for supporting us all season, all the fans, the parents. I mean, we couldn't have done it without you, so it's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all your successes throughout the season. I've been watching the coaches show and reading, the KCII posts and the Southeast Iowa Union to keep caught up with your team, and really exciting stuff. So congratulations to all of your runners and to yourself.
Thank you.
All right. And enjoy what are you going to do with your extra time?
Oh, I got a vacation, so it's all good.
All right. Well, enjoy vacation. And thanks for joining us on the show. Thank you for joining us on the Washington Demon Coaches Show. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, and have a good day.